The Ravens, they're hosting the Browns. Okay, I'm willing to officially say I was wrong about the Browns, but when Watson comes back, look out. Things could be different. But we're not there yet, and we won't be there for a while. And until that happens, I'm going to take the team that's usually playing the Browns moving forward, starting this here, week 7.
I think the Ravens kind of get things back on track, and they'll take care of business this week.
Bucks at Panthers. We talked about the ravel, the unravel. This is a great opportunity for Tom Brady to score, to throw 5 touchdowns and silence the haters. And Giselle, can we just briefly talk about like why we shouldn't be talking about briefs, boxers, or any other of their bedroom business? Like how low and sleazy is it of her to talk about their bedroom issues with the media and then make it like he's not having sex with me enough? Like who says that? And if he's not, we need to talk to Tom. Like, what's going on, bro? Is everything all right? Or I mean, because like he might just be sick of her. Maybe she got
True.
in his ear. Maybe you know what they say, Griffin. For every hot supermodel, there's a guy that's sick of having sex with her. So maybe that's his problem. I don't know. Or maybe there's like this a bunch of hot chicks always throwing themselves at him, and he's just tired of the torture, and he's tired of the yap. Retire, take care of the kids. You need to take them to get their cupcakes for their friends' bar mitzvahs and all. And he's probably like, no, I'd rather play football and be with the guys and do what aliens do when they suck all the fat out of their face. But this is a great opportunity for the Bucks to recover, rebound, rehabilitate, the triple R effect. And I look for the TB12 method to be in full effect and for the Bucks to win handily in this affair. What say you?
Yeah, the Bucks will win this game. Tom Brady, like you said, he's going to come out, silence the haters. It's what he does. It's the perfect matchup to do that against the Panthers, who are kind of a mess, who are a mess. So yeah, Bucks all day.
Messy teams. This week's theme: the 3-3 mess Falcons taking it on the road. The defending AFC champion Bengals. Griffin, this is a game to me that seems like the Bengals should easily win. But if you look at it on paper, they're just as good. They're 500 too.
Right.
I'm going to take the streaky, wily, deceptive little Falcons in the upset over the Bengals this week. What do you think?
I think I agree with you. I think the Falcons are going to go to Cincinnati. They're going to win this game. We've seen Cincinnati have their issues already this year. I think the Falcons, after that Niners win, I think that gave them a lot of confidence. I think they're starting to believe in themselves. And watch out. If they beat the Bengals, they're going to be feeling really full of themselves. So
that's what I'm saying.
It's going to make the downfall all the better. All these Falcons fans are going to get all high and mighty. Yep. Oh, we have a good football team. We're going to the playoffs, and it'll all come crashing down. But let them enjoy it for a couple weeks.
I really can't wait till the NFL expands it to a 16-team playoff in each conference. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited about that inevitable future. Speaking of a future, a team with a future, the new America's team, the Detroit Lions, taking it on the road to Big D. This just in, Dak Prescott is starting this week. I'm sorry, but I'm not buying it. That game last week against the Philadelphia Eagles showed a lot more. Granted, they made a nice comeback. You know, they put up some points, and it was scary. It was a scary third quarter. Inside baseball, you lose your right tackle. That was a bad thing. Parsons is a great player. All that, blah, 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 blah. But if you're a Cowboys fan and you're looking at them objectively, what you saw last week is a beatable team, a team with a ton of holes. And the Lions are hungry. And I think, Griffin, coming back, first game, deer in headlights, worried about that thumb. They're gunning for him, man, and that defense is nasty. I'm just going to say, Griffin, after you make your pick, go ahead.
Oh, wow, yeah. You know, if there's any coach in the league who's telling his team, let's go after the quarterback, let's get to him, it's Dan Campbell and the Lions, right? You know, whether he admits it or not out loud even to his team, the goal is to knock Dak back out of the game and get Cooper Rush in there. Because we've seen Cooper, I mean, he's a game manager. We've seen that. You know, he's not Dak when Dak's at his best. I I think I know where you're leaning, maybe, and I think I might lean the same way. Maybe we're wrong. I'm taking the Lions this week, and I predict Dak does not finish this game as quarterback. One way or another, Dak will not finish this game as quarterback. The Lions win. And it's going to cause. This is perfect drama for Dallas. Oh man, the sports talk stations there next week are going to be eating this up. Jerry's going to be making comments that are totally out of line. Maybe saying stuff like, maybe we need to reevaluate the quarterback position and see what's going on, because Dak's going to lose his first game. That's it. That's it's meant to be, man. You know it. We see it coming. That's what's going to happen. Lions win.
I mean, what did we say? They're going to find a way to botch this Dak deal, right? You got to be back. His grip is great. It's 100 for 95, whatever it is. It's all subjective. It's all Jerry's world. Like you said, the guy, Dan Campbell is probably, there's probably a hidden bounty gate on that thumb. Bring me his thumb in a bowl of Wendy's chili. I want it. Bring it to me now. And Detroit, imagine if you win this game. Imagine beating the Cowboys on the road, Dak's return. Oh, you talk about media, folklore, legends, things that our grandkids will be talking about this game. And this is a winnable game. And yeah, I'm not going to pull the trigger on this game being the exit game for Dak, but we've talked about it. Look on the channel. We both called it before season's end, before the games don't matter if they ever come to that point for Dallas this year, which they might not. They might not be in contention. That week, that Christmas game against the Eagles, Christmas Eve, might not be meaningful for the Eagles. So you might see Gardner Minshew in that game. I don't know. We'll see. Things can happen. The Eagles might be 6-6 by then, 6-7. Who knows? Anything can happen.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I know you want that, you hater. But I would love to see Dallas continue to unravel and just continue to just show that they're just a Swiss cheese franchise. Just continue to point the holes and poke through them. Yes, I am leaning with the Lions in the upset this week. I cannot believe you're picking them too. I love it. A team that continues to surprise, not me, but you, the New York Giants. Winning games, only one game out from the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC East, taking it to Florida. Duval playing the Jags. Do you still love the Jags? Are you still believing in this team? What's up?
I disappeared. Yes, the Jags are going to win this game. They get back on track. Bottom line, Jags win. I mean, what more do you want me to say?
Wow. That's all I have to say, because I'm taking the Giants on the road. They are red hot right now. They have found the recipe. Another NFC East team that hasn't really found their mojo yet. The Commies, the Commanders. Packers are kind of hungry after what happened last week. They're going to play angry, even though they don't have the lineup that they had, the Packers of yore. They're still going to destroy the Commanders, right? I got Green Bay on the road here. What say you?
Yeah, I don't see any way Green Bay loses this game. So
Colts, Titans. Colts came on strong last week. Listen, this team is like one of those teams that you just think they're right there in that and one, that tie. I feel like it's going to come into play at the end of the year. I just feel it. But they're taking on a Titans team. This is a huge game for both teams. What say you? Division, AFC South, both sitting at 3-2 for the lead. What do you think?
I think the Colts are going to win this game. They got Taylor coming back, right? I think they're starting to kind of figure things out. Maybe they're starting to play like the team we thought they were going to be. Just took a few weeks for Matt Ryan to, stop fumbling the ball. Last week, filling in for Taylor was that young, I think he's a rookie, Deion Jackson. He played running back. At least I know on my fantasy team, he got me like 20-something points.
Nice.
And so I think he's the legitimate number 2 now there. And he could maybe take over. We saw it last week. So maybe they got things figured out on offense. I'm just not a believer in the Titans long term, man. I just don't trust Ryan Tannehill. Therefore, I'll take the Colts in this game.
I'm going to take the Colts too. Texans at Raiders. Man, we just both thought the Raiders would not be 1-4. At least I did. Texans 1-3-1. This is a dumpster fire game. Do all the yard work during this game if you have to watch it. Just find something else to do. I'll toss the coin. I'll take the Texans. What do you think?
Wow. I'll take the Raiders in this game. I think Devontae, he wants to shut up some haters after some of the pushing stuff that happened.
Okay, real quick. Have you seen both angles on that?
Yeah.
What's your final? Because to me, like the second angle I saw, like nobody could see him coming, and it was literally I don't know, you were just in my way.
Yeah,
I
it's
could have done.
it's hard to truly tell. I mean, you can literally, it's one of those things, depending on the angle, it can look like two different things, right? So who knows where the truth lies? Who cares? He just played an emotional football game. A game where like it's the closest thing we have to like modern day gladiators, right?
Yeah.
And he's coming off the field, and there's this little pipsqueak camera guy in front of him. Even if he pushed him, like it's football. It's a man's sport. You're on the battlefield. A game just ended with high emotion. So be it. I think Devontae is going to go out there and put up 3 touchdowns. He can easily do it against the Texans. The Raiders roll in this game.
So I want to ask a question. We won't get too far into this because I'm sure you have to go to your dentist appointment. But if it was a female camera person, would you feel the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah, push her out of the way. Out
Well,
of the
no,
way.
push her. I don't think he did it on purpose. I think it was like whether he was trying to stop himself from running into the guy or he just saw and was like, I'm going to just push this guy. I think he would have known if he saw long hair. That's why females should have long hair. If he saw long hair, he would have known not to push her.
Could have been Trevor Lawrence. How do you know?
I mean, if you want to be a guy and have long hair to protect yourself from other grown men, maybe that's a good idea.
All right. Samson worked for him until he met Delilah, and he told her the secret. Never do it. Never tell him everything. One last thing on the Devontae thing. All right. So he deleted his apology after the guy he went to the police station and made a report.
Yeah.
He filed a report. So were you sorry if you delete your Twitter apology? Were you just apologizing to pacify the situation? Because if it were me, what I would have done is been like, hey, I'm going to find this guy and I'm going to write him a check right now for $100,000. So he'll just like shut up and keep this.
But yeah. I am surprised that like PR aspect that Devontae did it, like whether he did it on purpose or not, just take care of the guy. You have plenty of money.
Yeah.
I mean, start off with a picture and a jersey and some footballs and some cleats. If that's not enough, like you said, write him a check, give him season tickets to something, or buy him a new camera, or just take care of him privately, and then it doesn't become this public mess that it has. And I think most likely the NFL at some point, I mean, they're waiting for legal proceedings to play out, which I assume they're going to settle, right? Like, it just sucks that it had to get to this public point. There's a chance he might miss a game. The NFL might be kind of forced into a position where they have to suspend him for a game or two down the line during games that matter at the end of the season, maybe. Who knows? So I agree with you. Handle it privately, give him $1,000 and go away.
Jets and Broncos. Listen, I'm high on the Jets. The Broncos have given me no reason to believe in them. I don't care if they're at home. I really don't care. The Jets are red hot right now. They believe in themselves, even if it's not real. It's all placebo, baby. And they believe in the placebo. Swallow the pill. It's working for them. I'm taking the Jets to beat the Broncos. What do you think?
I think this is the week the Broncos finally ride. Country, let's ride. They're going to do it this week. The Jets going west. That's going to be an issue. Time zone, it's always an issue. Russell, he's starting to realize something about him on social media. He's leaning into it some.
Chiefs at Niners, easily the game of the week since the Eagles aren't playing, clearly. But your Niners are hosting the Chiefs, and this is a must-win. I don't care what else happens Sunday. The Niners this is a statement game. This is a we can hang with the Chiefs of the world kind of game. And if you're going to run the gambit in the NFC, which is the weaker of the conferences, admittedly, you got to beat the Chiefs who are part of the conversation in the AFC. Am I overstating this, or is that in line with how you see it? It's go time, right, Griff? It's freaking go time.
It's go time. It'd be a huge win for the 49ers. The reality is, though, again, they could lose this game and still win that division. That's the reality. You can't argue with that. That's the reality. Oh. There's 3 teams tied for first at 500, right? So, it'd be great to win this game. I think if they win this game, this puts them on a track to maybe roll off a few in a row and be sitting pretty, kind of sure up a playoff spot here pretty quickly. And I think they're going to do it. They're going to do it. I think the defense, maybe to a degree, the Falcons game was a trap game. They were already looking ahead to Kansas City. Super Bowl rematch, right? No doubt. And here's the funny thing. I'm going to be flying in and out of Kansas City this weekend. I have to go to a wedding. And you better believe, I know the game's in San Francisco, but you better believe I'll be decked out in Niners gear flying through that Kansas City airport this weekend.
Well, I don't think there's any violence in Missouri, is there?
Is there Kansas, Missouri?
Yeah, it's very confusing.
I might go to Arrowhead tomorrow. I might drive to Arrowhead tomorrow.
You
should
take
a picture outside. I might, yeah.
You should take a picture and we'll put it up with the show. That's awesome. On the other hand, I am going to take the Chiefs because, again, they're in a division that they could almost run away with because the only other team that makes that division interesting are the Chargers. Everybody else in the division is crap. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs because they know how important this game is. Seahawks and Chargers. Seahawks, they just keep staying in games, man. Like, they just stay in it. And they're just like the pesky, like, and you know, Pete Carroll's so annoying, but listen, he's doing his job. And they're on the road going against the Chargers. They still play in LA, right? Yeah. So they're playing in LA Sunday, 4:25 our time. What do you think about this game?
I think I'll take the Chargers in this game. They haven't come out and they were kind of a lot of people's kind of sleeper Super Bowl pick this year, the Chargers. I just haven't seen that from them yet. But I'll take the Chargers against the Seahawks. Chargers should win this game, and I think they will.
I'm going to take the Seahawks on the road.
Wow.
Upset special, baby. And it's not going to be that much of an upset. I haven't even looked at what Vegas is saying. I'm just from the gut. The gut. Steelers at Miami. I don't know, man. Like, this is a week-to-week league. If we see the same level of intensity, it's a Sunday night game. Lots of eyes.
Well, the belief is Tua's back, right?
Yes,
that's the belief.
Yes, that's the
so
belief.
I think fire up the locker room for Miami. It's a home game. This is Sunday Night Football. Is that right?
Sunday night.
But, yeah, I think the Dolphins all day. They get back on track with this game. You know, they started off hot, had a few road bumps. You know, they had the media, the left-wing media coming after them about concussions and, you know, head injuries and stuff, whatever. Distractions.
Yep.
They get back on track this week against a subpar Steelers team who's been playing above their means lately, at least last week. Dolphins win this game and get right back in the mix there in the AFC.
Agreed. And then there was Monday night, Chicago Bears going up to New England to play the Patriots. By the way, you talked about fantasy earlier. Stevenson, thank you, because dude's just been lighting it up for me. Man.
Yeah.
Whatever they do, and the thing about picking anybody with the Patriots is like it's so unreliable because one week they can have 15, 20, 25 fantasy points, the next week it's one because they don't use them as part of their game plan. So that's the thing about that, as you know. But with this game, what I know is that I don't believe in Chicago anymore. Like Justin Fields just looks like and now there's issues with him, there's issues with that offense. I don't know, man. Not enough for me to believe anymore. So I'm going to go with the Patriots at home. What do you think?
I'll go with the Patriots at home, too. I think Belichick likes this Zapp playing. Is that how you say his name? Bailey Zapp?
Did you get zapped? Did you get zappied?
Zapp? Is he still playing? If so, I like him.
I think that as of the time of this recording, Bailey Zappi is playing.
Here we go. I like the Patriots. I think Belichick, he's kind of on a mission to say, hey, I have a crap roster, but I'm still going to win some football games. And the Bears aren't good. Justin Fields, I don't know. Maybe give up on that project.
Yeah, they kind of gave up a lot for him too. Was it like 3 first-round picks? They mortgaged the whole farm for that kid, and not looking too good in Illinois.
Good.
But you know what is looking good and always sounds good is the sage lyrical wisdom of one Zombie, Tom Petty, adult contemporary Christian music top 10 P1 listener.
Yes. To Phillies and Eagles fans, you got lucky, baby.